Welcome to the Launch It Fierce podcast with Sinding, the launch strategist. This is a podcast where we teach you online marketing and how to make your launches successful, fun, and fierce. Hey, this is Sinding, and welcome to the Launch It Fierce podcast. This podcast is going to be all about planning, because planning and goal setting is the number one vehicle to get you to your goals. And I've been working with tons of mentors, and they all have a system that works for setting goals and achieving goals. I know your life is between the goals and your height is not at the end of the year and you said, oh, I got the goals. It's about celebration of every step of the way. But if you don't have a system, you're not going to get there. You're not going to have those daily goals that you're celebrating. You're not going to have that accomplishment after that Friday and saying, wow, I did my best. So I want to share with you my system that took me from $0 to $1 million just in 18 months. That took me from a sick, unemployed, welfare complainer, no energy kind of Gree, till the one that ran a marathon. So this system is just awesome, and I'm so excited to share that with you. So it starts with getting clarity of what you want. That is the first step, getting clarity. And I learned this question from Dan Sullivan. He asked me, and they call it the Dan Sullivan question. It goes something like that. What do you want to accomplish in both your private life and your business life 12 months from now? What have to have accomplished in your life to be truly happy? What is it for you? Because if you don't know what's going to make you happy, if you don't know what you want to achieve, well, it's hard to set any goals if you don't that. And it depends on your values too. For example, I thought that having a house, a castle in France was just going to get me super, super happy. But when I got that house, I look back and I'm like, why did I want it? I forgot that it was the relationships that I had to work on, the relationship with my family, the relationship, the people that I was going to fill this out with. It wasn't the house in itself, it was the relationship I wanted to fill it with. So if you chase a goal and you don't take care, like I did with the castle in France, if you chase that goal and you don't fill it up with your values, that is your relationship, well, it's going to be hard to be happy. So you always have to think of why do you want that goal. So if that goal, for example, is materialistic, like mine was, like that castle in France, you got to ask yourself, why do I want it? Why? What's the logic behind it? Not maybe the logic, but what's the dream behind it? And the dream behind that house was the laughter, the friends, the wine, the singing, the dancing, the late parties, the good conversations. That was the dream. It was not the house. So when you put your goals on paper, just make sure that you think about it. Why do I want it? Always find a trigger goal as well, or I call it actually the master goal. So I start with finding the top goals, the top 10 goals for the year. So I start with the top 10 goals of the year, and those goals are based on my main values. For example, freedom is one of my top main values. My freedom comes before my family. It sounds like crazy, but if I'm deep down honest with myself, my freedom comes above all. So you might not like that because it's not your values, but you got to be true to yourself. If you put something on your top value that's not really your top priorities, just it looks good on paper, but when you're not living it, you're gonna feel like shit. So it's better to be honest in the first place. So why not 11 goals or 9 goals or 5 goals? I just learned from my mentors, Marie Folio, Brent Burchard, just any one of my mentors have always had 10 top goals, and that's kind of the focus. If you focus on your top 10 goals, it kind of, there's a magic to it. I don't know the logic behind it, but I just know it works. So I don't have more than top 10 goals. And sometimes I sneak in one, like really high goal that I want to, I sneak in another goal, but it seems so much harder to accomplish when it's 11, 12, and it gets soon overwhelming. So that's why I just keep it that way. So what is your top goals? Did you sit down and say, okay, what's my top goal for this year, like 2016 or 2015 or 17? Sit down. I don't know when you're going to listen to this podcast, but it's very important that you set your goals. I do this exercise actually twice a year, like half year and before the new year. And I sit down and I say, okay, for me, happiness is freedom. I want to travel. I want to have 12 weeks off. I'm going to go to Italy, do my writing course. I'm going to spend 6 weeks in France. I'm going to go to India, Brazil, the Maldives. I just love travel. That makes me happy. And I want to stay at nice places. I want to work for whenever I want, wherever I want, with whomever I want. I want to ride my motorbike. I want to go to a spiritual retreat. I just want to be connected to my growth friends. In all these places, it has my growth friends. So that's my happiness, my values. And then I set up the top goals. And my top goal is not friendship, is not growth friends, is not travel. On my top goal is to earn $2 million. So that is I had to think because it's in Norwegian crowns and you guys do dollars. So in dollars is about 2 million crowns. And I wanted to reach this goal because it will give me that freedom to travel. It will give me that freedom to create that happy house that I want, that apartment that has the team, place for the team, place for my mastermind, place for my growth friends, where I can have my son coming in with his friends and being super happy, and I don't have to go to an hotel. So that's why I get clarity on what is my top goals this year. So be sure that you only take 10 goals and be specific, have a time frame for it, and make them measurable. So you know, if you read that like 12 months from now, would it be easy to measure and say, heck yeah, I did that goal and that was awesome, or no, I didn't. So the second part of the process is getting focused. I do a 90-day breakdown. I put my first goals, my 3 first goals, and I say, this is what I'm going to do the first 90 days. So I break them down and I take 3 at a time. And then you do your math. You say 3, 6, 9, 12. That's 12 goals, because some of the SMAC goals, I'm going to tell you all about the SMACT after, but I just wanted the SMAC goal. I choose 1, 2, or 3. I often start with 2 goals when I start my first 90-day period, and then I get the habit, because then when you really get crushing it, it's so, you get the speed and you're super hype. It's so much easier to add a goal. So the first 90-day focus, I have a SMAC goal, and I say, okay, we're gonna, to get the $2 million goal, we're gonna break that down. And then to get there, I say, okay, I'm going to launch this new portal, this new product by the 1st of March. We're going to sell 200 of that at a price, and I set the price. And then to get there, that's the first goal. So I have a selling of an online course. Sorry, it's not an online course, it's a portal. So I'm going to sell that portal. It's going to be ready at a specific time. It's going to be sold a specific amount of units. And then the second goal is something totally different. My second goal is to do, well, it's not totally different, but is to do 4 sales webinars a month. That's supporting the new product, but it's also supporting the income goal. It's also supporting my freedom goals, because in this, I also have my free time off. So when you specify and get your 90-day focus, I want to inspire you to break it down. And how do you break down a goal? It's got to be specific what you're going to do. You got to measure it, like launch an online portal, sell 200 units by 1st of March. So that's specific, that's measurable. It's easily for me to break it down in actionable steps. I got to get the webinars to sell it. I got to get the logo. We're doing the sales trainings, all the actionables. If you want to go look in my project plan, that's the one I'm follow. The project plan that I have in podcast number 5, you will find that project plan, and you go to greasending.com/5, you will find that project plan, and I just follow that plan, all the actionable steps, and then I'll have a crazy goal. It's got to be crazy. So many people say you should do SMART goal, like the R for relevant. But I mean, to me, that's like a no-brainer. Of course, it's got to be relevant to your values. It's got to be relevant to your top goal for the year. To me, it's got to be crazy. And I see that with my clients, the one who are really crushing it is the one that are out of the box and just want to crush it. When you try to like double something or just tiny, go 10% over or maybe 50% over, you kind of look at the past and you adjust what you've been doing. When you want to go all crazy is when you get super hype. When I think about my portal, what it can do for the entrepreneur, I want to make millionaires that help millions and make millions. So with that crazy goal of 200 in the first 2 months, I want to really reach out there and help people. And it is crazy because I don't have that many clients to have 200, and it's crazy because it doesn't exist a system like that as of today. I have to train them to really do monthly payments. That's not usual. Here in the US, it's like a no-brainer. But over in Norway, where the market is not that advanced, it's a kind of a crazy goal. And then you got to set a time frame. And I want to say a tiny bit about the crazy part of the smacked goal, because if you don't have the enthusiasm, if you don't have the joy, if you don't think like, ooh, this is going to be so hard, but I'm going to do it anyway. If you don't have that, it's not like you're going to jump out of the bed and say, ooh, let's get to rock this baby. Let's do this. You got to have that energy. You got to have that joy. You got to have that excitement to really crush it. You really have to have that. It could be, instead of crazy, it could have be crushing it. But you have to have a goal that's really inspiring to you, that will get your butt going, even though when it gets hard. So the third part of the goal setting method is that I break it down, like really actionable steps. So I take every goal, like goal 1, and I break it down in small goals, like getting the lead page up, the sales page, or getting the first 10 training inside the Kajabi, the setup for it, where I'm hosting it, or getting the copywriter, or I set up goals that is small and actionable and that I could reach within a week, because I break every goal down to I use the Scrum method. If you haven't heard about Scrum, go and read that book. That must be one of the top 10 business books I ever read. Scrum by Jeff Sutherland. It's just it transformed the way I work, and the way we do productivity is just crazy good. So the Scrum is has a method of working that you have one goal for the week, and then you just focus on that. So me and my team are, this week, we're just working on a specific goal in the breakdown of the 90-day goal. So we're having the sales page up for the portal, and we're having the logo designed, and there's a lot of action going into it, and the whole team are working towards this Scrum goal. So go download that book, have it on your Kindle and read it, and I highly recommend it as a way of working. I use a weekly planner to take the action. So I have 3 actions toward one goal, or maybe 2 goals, sometimes 3, but I try to stick to the 1 goal per week. So I take 3 daily action, 3, like just 50 minutes time 3 towards a goal. Can you imagine what you get done and how far you're going to get with your goals if you take 3 daily actions every day towards your goal? So we have a weekly goal and then I have a daily goal. So I break it down and I use my productivity planner, my weekly planner, so I each day know what to do. And the same with the team, they know exactly what to do. And then we have scrum meetings. You learn all about that in the books, but we have follow-up meetings that the scrum master, that is my project manager, she will take care of, make sure that everyone is as they should be, and make sure that task is not done this week, that we decide why it didn't get done, how we can improve it. We have these meetings just to get better, and that's what I love it. So the third part of the system is actually setting up the action you want to take to. And if you use the weekly planner, you get three, that's 50 minutes times 3 a day. It's just enormous amount. So if I want to sell 200,000 by the 31st of March, I break it down to, okay, one of my goals is going to be have 4 webinars a month. And then the webinars a month, I break it down to, okay, you got to do the presentation, you got to do the sales page or the opt-in page, you got to have all the images, and I just, the whole team work through that. So the fourth part of the system, and you can download the system, the 90-day plan for your best year. You can find it at greasesinding.com. That is GRYSINDING.com/7. And you can download the 90-day plan. And there you also would see my daily planner, my weekly planner. It's so good. And when I do it, it's just the flow of the day is just amazing. As you probably know, you understand that this podcast is one of my daily action today to get to a goal I have this week. So every task I do, I make sure that I don't waste my time with tasks that's just, other people's agenda or other people's goal. I make sure that the 3 things I do in the morning is based on what I want to achieve. So let's move on to number 4. Number 4 is about creating habits that will get you to success. If you don't have good habits that are routines that support you to your goals, you won't get anywhere. And for me, those routines, for example, is working out, or if I eat a shitty breakfast, I won't have the same energy as if I do my green juice and do my morning gratitude journal and do my run. So my morning routine is super long. It takes 2 hours. But when I do those 2 hours, I am set up for success. So I ask yourself, what is it you have to do, or who do you have to become to reach your goals? Who do you have to become to reach your goals? And what then do you need to do? What kind of routines will support you to reach your goals? I would say enough sleep, it's got to be on there. Enough rest, meditation, how you eat. Maybe you're so good in your routines that doesn't even need to be on paper. For me, this month is about not drinking alcohol, just drinking clean stuff. And it's just, I needed to reset after the holidays and a fall that was not so healthy. I saw that my energy went down. And if I was to become the person that reached my goals in the first quarter of 2016, I needed to get my shit straightened out. And that did not include donuts or eating after 6 o'clock or a lot of wine. So you become what you eat, you become how you rest, and set yourself some awesome routines that will get your energy up. I know it's so hard to get out there and work out at 6 o'clock in the morning, especially when it's cold and winter, but I leave myself motivation. I have this trick to fool myself. I outsmart my ego. And how do I do that? I put my running clothes on the heater. and the radiator in the living room. I have my alarm clock in the bathroom so that I have to get up on the nice cozy bed to turn it off anyway. Then the clothes are heated, and I put a motivational thing on. Yes, you can do it. Or remember, you're the one that go for the long-term goals instead of the short-term pleasure. The short-term pleasure being the bed, the long-term goal being my revenue, my health. So you gotta trick yourself sometimes. The fourth thing, no, sorry, the fifth thing is about choosing your energy. So one is to creating your habits that will support you, and within there is the energy. But one of the things that I know have changed my life the most and my business the most is that I put three things in every month what I need to stop doing. Like, I stop the energy leaks. That is just as important as drinking my green juice. If I'm irritated or annoyed by a task or a person, or if whatever I'm irritated over, I just got to stop doing that. I just got to stop hanging around them. I just got to stop do that task. There's just some things in my business that is not good for me, like filling out my tax forms and stuff like that. Outsourced it. I could not spend another day doing it. Or doing my finance for the trips, you filing those documents and receipts and everything. I just die. I just postpone it, and I cannot just do it. And there's people in my life that I really don't need to hang around with that much. I don't need to respond to their emails. I don't respond to their texts because I get annoyed. And it's not them. It's me being the child, but as long as it's an energy leak and I don't want to go in there and actually treat this relationship with respect and energy it deserves, it's better to just stop doing it. And imagine if you stop doing three things that annoys you, like irritating stuff, and putting three things in your life that really energized you. So I put in three things that is, rocking my world. So this month I'm putting in a weekly massage. What does to my body, I cannot explain. I'm not going to go into that, but it just makes me happy, happy, happy. Another thing that I put into that makes me super happy and calm and not the bitchy me, the version of me, is I meditate. I meditate twice a day now, and it's just making wonders. I mean, I don't get irritated anymore, so that means that my energy leak stops and I am more happy. So what is it that you can stop doing? Three things this month that you will stop doing, and imagine you do that every month, or let's say every quarter for that sake. If you stop doing something that's really annoying you, three things every quarter, that's going to be 12 things. And if you start doing stuff that really, really excites you, like having flowers or reading a good book or taking time to work out, you enjoy it. Oh my goodness, your energy is going to go so up. And what happens to your goals? Man, you just gonna, have a fire under your butt. It is that exciting. The sixth part of it is about power friends. What is a power friend? A power friend, or a growth friend if you want, is those friends that really excites you. And I put in power friends. I split between power friends and growth friends. Growth friends will just grow you. And I love that. That's like 2, 3, 4 persons in my life. Power friends, there's a little bit more. You don't have to have like hundreds of them, but you need a good power friend, or 10 for that sake, that can help you achieve your goals. So in this matter, we are talking about reaching your goals. And I do believe that you just get so far alone. You actually, to do your craziness, to have you reach your crazy happy goals, you need help. And it's not, if you're going to try to do it alone, you're going to just wear yourself out. And tired, bitchy version of me is not going to get me to my crazy awesome goals. And probably you're not either. So I really bring talents into my network. So those are the power friends. And I look into, what do I need help with? Do I need help with the kids? Do I need help with the planning of my trips? Do I need help with the technical stuff? Do I need help with my sales pages? Do I need help with my fun time? Where do I need help? And who can help me with that? And where are they? And then I put up who's going to be my top 5 friends so I can bring them joy, that I can bring my powers to them, so I can help them and they can help me. And to cultivate friendship should be one of the top things we do anyway, because that's what's bring happiness to our business, to our life. And if you bring those who have the energy that will lift you up, that will support you, that will kick you in the butt when you need that, when they can teach you stuff, then that's what I consider a great power friends. And when you put your energy into it and your joy and you're willing to help, and that's when it gets fun to have power friends. To attract awesome people, many of my friends ask me, how do you attract these awesome people into your life? And I just go about it as I learned from Joe Polish. He said, bringing talents into your friendship, or to have awesome relationship, you just got to be an awesome friend. Do to them what you want them to do to you, and be sure to be on time always. I have a hard time being on time, but that's just bad planning, bad structure. So I do my best to be on time and do what you promise. Don't overpromise. And if you, I'm like a quick starter. I love to start things. I do not like to end it. I'm not like a long distance. Well, I am. I'm a marathon runner, but mostly I like to start stuff. So make sure that you have a team that can help you do your landing of stuff. For example, if you love to be the one who finishes stuff, you kind of need help to be a quick starter. I am so naive. I think that like everything is going to work out perfectly and all people are just great. So I make sure that I have one of those blue people, like a lawyer or accountant, those who can they're really good to find what can go wrong. I love those people because when I'm super creative, like a popcorn machines with ID, they will tell me which one, what can go wrong. So after I'm done with the brainstorming phase and going into the implementation phase, I make sure that I have like a negative person in my power friends so they can help me. Oh, look out for this and look out for that, and appreciate that talent. So make sure that you have all kinds of power friends, not just yoo-hoo, have fun power friends, but all kinds that will support you to your goals. So that was the 6 parts of my planning structure for the year. I know it's a lot, but if you're gonna do the crazy, awesome goals that you've been dreaming of for your business, if that's going to be double your income, or have 20 new super clients, or have that online course up. If you have like a goal like that for the next 90 days or for the year, you just got to get clarity. You just got to get focused. You just got to take action around those goals. You got to create the habits, and you got to have the energy to do the work, but also the energy to create some amazing friends that can help you. I hope this helped you a lot of how you can get inspired to create your 90-day plan for the rest of your year. I use this every month. I go through my 90-day plan and just refine it. I have one from 1st of January to the end of March, and then I start a new one and make sure that I just reach it. As long as you have one focus or two goals for the 90 days, and you take daily action, like 3 times a day, you take 50 minutes towards that goal, there's no way you're going to not reach your goal. You will reach your goal. And then have that focus is just so important. It's kind of people that has the courage to take action every day that will reach their goals. Look at the ones around you that you really admire and say, wow, I can't believe they're where they're at. It didn't happen overnight. Those overnight successes don't really exist. There's just hard work. And I bet my ass that they actually took 3 actions every day towards their goal. If you use this system, you use the 90-day plan, and you take action every day, you're one of the courageous person that will take action Even you don't know if it's right or not, even though you feel scared, even though you don't feel like it. That's courage. And that's what it takes to reach your goal. So have fun with this and let me know how it goes. I'm so grateful for you being here listening to the podcast. Hope you download this plan, greasending.com/7, and I'll talk to you next week. Thank you so much for listening. If you're new to the podcast and haven't got the project plan to a successful launch, make sure to get it at greasending.com/plan. That is GRYSINDING.com/plan. And remember, no matter where you are not alone. There's a team of people rooting for you to be free and to be fierce. So go get them. Go create your most successful launch ever.